Good morning, y'all. We're going a little bit early this morning because because I'm traveling this morning. So please feel free to come on in and listen to some tunes. We'll go on here just a little bit, okay? Right. joining, y'all. Please feel free to make a comment. We're gonna go on in a few minutes. I'm on a little bit earlier, usual. I'm a little bit on earlier than usual because I have to travel. I have to catch a flight this morning. So I think I'll be able to knock everything out in a few minutes. Yeah, I think so. See what the Lord says. But yeah, go ahead on and while you're waiting, you can scan the QR code right there, and I want you to become part of the group. So let's see here. So funny how people are, man. Like people get nervous when you start saying hello to them or something. Anywho, yeah, feel free to leave a message and we'll be on in momentarily. Well, y'all, I hope you guys are doing well here on this Thursday morning. Happy Thursday morning. Man, what is in the news today? Well, let me tell you about what's in the news today. As you know, COVID cases are still on the rise. That is yet a conversation here. COVID cases are still on the rise, as well as you all know, we're headed into a political season. So there's a lot going on in a political world, a lot of upheaval, a lot of issues that are happening in the world. That as we continue to approach this political season, guess what? We're going to get more involved. We'll hear more about what's going on in the news. And I want to encourage you, if you listen to me, first of all, good morning. And we did come on a little bit early this morning because I have to catch a flight. I'm going to be leaving the house here in a little bit. But I want to be consistent because consistency is key. Consistency is key. And I thank you guys for walking through, for being a part of this and being here, being present. I want to encourage you to stay connected, stay involved. Scan the QR code right there on the screen so you can stay connected, get tips and all those kinds of things. One of our friends who show up here, actually Janet, she said, maybe we should go do the book of James next, right? Because the book of James is actually the New Testament complementary to the book of Proverbs, which is what we're going through for what we've been going through now, that we're actually almost done with. Guess what? Our last day, it will be New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve will finish 31 days through the book of Proverbs. Okay, 5 days in a week. Every morning we've been doing this. The weekends have been reserved for you, Saturday and Sunday, for your personal reading time. And it's been a joy. It's been a blessing. And having the opportunity to connect with you, having the opportunity to hear from you, to hear feedback, I really appreciate it. So shout out to Veronica on LinkedIn. Shout out to Dr. Dre on LinkedIn. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Phil Morgan. Shout out to, and there's more people too. Kamina came through yesterday. So people have been coming through, frequently. And if I forgot your name, please forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Okay. So this morning, I'm encouraging you to stay connected and to let this study be a part of your daily routine. That was my goal. I want this to be a part of your daily routine. Okay. And then in the future, we'll see what the Lord says, right? So I want to take you to this text here. We're in Proverbs chapter 28. Good morning. Feel free to say hi as you come through, okay? I'm not going to ask you to come on stage or anything. Actually, I asked Phil to do that, but Phil's he teaches public speaking for a living, so it's a lot easier for him. So Phil, I'm definitely going to reach out to you in the future. But look at Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1. Good morning to you. It says here, the wicked flee when no man's pursuing, but the righteous are bold as a lion. That's one of the verses that I've heard for so many years. Verse 2, by transgressions of a land, many are princes, but the man of understanding and knowledge, so it endures. A poor man who oppresses the lowly is like a driving rain that leaves no food, right? A person who just comes through and just through his or her actions of just consuming everything from everybody else. I want to focus on a couple verses here, just for the sake of time. Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but those who keep the law strives with them. Which this talks about justice. Did you guys know that? This talks about justice. What a person who is privy to a circumstance or situation where injustice is proliferated, this person says that the righteous, good morning, y'all, said the righteous are those who, guess what? They don't fight with them, but they will battle them, right? There's nothing like seeing people or having people in your world who won't stick up for what's right. And Proverbs talks about that, okay? Can you look at the text? Verse 5, an evil man do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understands all things. What does that mean? Let's click into that here. The Lord understands all things. Let's see what complementary verses that are listed here. Oh, they got a New Testament verse. It says, but he who is spiritual appraises all things. He himself is appraised by no one. So what I like about that verse is that it reminds us very, very clearly that those who follow spiritual principles understand that there's things, situations, circumstances, and results that go far beyond physical realm, that there are spiritual circumstances and situations that affect our lives and way of being just as much, okay? Verse 14, how blessed is a man who fears always, but he who hardens his heart will fall into calamity. Okay, very, 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 very true. Very, 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 very true, right? A person who fears the Lord. He who conceals transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses forsakes them and finds compassion. Now, it's just something you tell your kids. So you tell your kids, you want the Lord's blessing in your life, don't be a deceiver. Right, I'm joking, y'all. Right. Very, very true. Very, very true point, though. Right. Very, very, very true point. See here, trying to change this real quick. There we go. Cause you guys can't really see me. There we go. You can see me there, right? I don't think I'm gonna use the right side this morning. So anyhow, that's that. Okay, that is that. Let's continue on real quick for time's sake. I like this verse right here. He who tills is right here at the top, verse 19. He who tills his land will have plenty of food, but he who follows empty pursuits will have poverty in plenty. Now, here's something that is important. Good morning to everyone. Just go ahead on and scan the QR code if you want to stay connected. I want to stay connected with you. Okay. Here's a really, really good, key, solid point in this text. Right? This is some things I had to learn the hard way, and I'm still learning. You can pursue the wrong thing, right? If you are not careful, if you're not distracted by many other things, you can pursue the wrong thing, right? You can end up pursuing the wrong thing if you don't have the right focus, basically. So if you think about that in a real sense, right? What the text is saying, that he who tills the land will have plenty of food, but he who follows empty pursuits will have no poverty. The suggestion is that we find things that are going to yield a result for us and those around us. And I'll be honest with you, in a entrepreneurial world, I've always considered myself, I'm not a great entrepreneur, right? I've always considered myself a person who likes to start things. I think I don't really fear starting things. I do have issues sometimes with follow through. It depends on what it is. I do struggle with some of those issues. Everybody has some things that you're good at and some things you're not. So my goal is partially getting the right people in the right place. I'm always very, very wise about how what should be done, and I can always see down the line. For some reason, I can see down the line. But here's the important lesson. Here's the important thing for you. And I want you to think about this and make a comment below if it makes sense to you. If it resonates with you, feel free to make a comment below and I'll respond to your comment. The truth is, you got to pick, you got to go where you're planted. You got to go where you're accepted. You got to go where you're not tolerated, but where you're celebrated. Right? So you got to go to the place where your audience is. You got to go to the place where your people are. You got to go to a place where you're accepted. Okay? That's the lesson that we can learn from here. Okay? That's what Proverbs is saying, right? Following empty pursuits is following something or going after something or someone that is an empty pursuit. And sometimes we can begin to, and this is just being straight honest, man. Sometimes we can, right? And we can follow the wrong thing. You know? Man, y'all's got me thinking now, man. For me, it was total. I mean, think about a situation, a story, a moment in your life where you realized that you needed to change something. That what you were doing was not working. Now, there's two things that could be a reason why. It could be that one, you're trying to start something from the beginning and you're having you're just having to go through that slump. The other thing could be this just not the right thing for you. I want to encourage you to not get upset, to not be disappointed, to not be so quick to throw in the towel if that's your case. Challenges are normal when you're starting from the beginning. But you and I, we all have to make hard decisions on what's working, what's not, what's best for us in the long run. So if I was to have any wisdom, if you are to gain anything, any wisdom for what I'm saying today, if you are to gain any wisdom from what I'm communicating today, if you are to gain any wisdom at all, right? Think about your life, think about your circumstances, think about what you're going through, right? Think about all of that. The goal is that we learn from our mistakes, that we learn that what isn't working in our lives may be for several reasons. And one of those great reasons could be that it's just not your thing. So that you're not following empty pursuits in a bitter in the long run, but you're better. I want you to be better, not bitter. Okay? I want you to be better, not bitter. Go ahead on and scan that QR code. Stay connected, right? With me, with us. I want to encourage you on day 28 to go out and do the good things, stay on the good foot, stay faithful, stay committed. This is Thursday. You're almost to Friday. You got weekend coming, Christmas and all those things are coming, right? Take some time to reflect. And if the Lord says the same, right? We'll join you right here again tomorrow morning. It's going to be busy tomorrow, but I'll be able to join you tomorrow morning briefly, okay? So y'all be good. Actually, tomorrow morning, let me say this. I'm going to be on Central Time. So it's probably going to be at 7:30 tomorrow. Probably going to be at 7:30 tomorrow is when we'll start, okay? So just remember, tomorrow, 7:30, because I'll be in a different time zone. I may be on my cell phone. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. The Lord says the same, okay? Y'all be good. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Y'all be good. Be blessed. I got to end the way I began. Giving you hope right here in this place. Y'all hang in there. Know that it's all going to work out. My prayer is that the Lord bless you, the Lord keep you, the Lord cause the face of the divine to shine upon you. May you experience peace. Peace in this life and in the life to come. All right? Make a comment below, scan the QR code to stay connected. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Y'all be good. I'm out. Peace.